All right. Hey guys, welcome to one of my very favorite characters who, for many reasons, is maybe just going to become your BFF. So, Diva is a tool that you can use to help you as you're working to find look at that fancy cursive, equivalent fractions. Okay. So, we are going to use our friend Diva, who is a true fashionista. Fractions. Okay, it's really hard to write on this thing. Equivalent fractions. Okay, so she is a true fashionista, and what that means is that Diva has all of the outfits, right? And whether you like shopping or whether you care about clothes at all, Diva sure does, and that is helpful to you. So we're going to kind of go about answering these three questions up here. So who is Diva? Well, Diva is a tool, like I said, that can help you with finding equivalent fractions. Check. That's going to be awesome. Diva, how can she help me? Again, she can help you with finding equivalent fractions, either making fractions bigger or making fractions smaller. And finally, this is an interesting one of why is she number one? Well, Diva is fabulous, right? She is the best. She is number one. And also, she is literally the value of the number one, right? So if you kind of see this rectangle right here and maybe think of it like a number one, maybe you'd write a one like this. Maybe some people write it like this and gets fancy. But Diva is literally the number one. So this is sort of like a stretched out number one. Okay, she is the value of one. And why is that important? Well, that's important because as you're creating equivalent fractions, an equivalent fraction, as we know, is a fraction that is the exact same value as a different fraction with a different look, right? And Diva's all about looks. She's all about changing the look of fractions. So if we start with a fraction, like say we have 3/5, okay, and we want to create an equivalent fraction, well, we're going to call Diva. Diva, come help us, please. So, what she's going to do is she's going to open up her closet to you and reveal her entire wardrobe. And she comes in, here she is, number one. And she says, hey, how can I help? And you say, I want to create an equivalent fraction. So she says, okay, what number would you like? And you say, I don't know. And she says, why don't you start with number two? Okay, with my two outfit, my two, if you will. So you're going to say, okay, whatever. So you take your two out of two, which we know that two out of two, right? If you have two things shaded in out of two total, that is one whole. It is a value of one whole. That is why Diva is number one. She is the value of one. So, what we know about the identity property is that the identity property tells us that whenever we multiply something by one, it keeps its value. The value stays exactly the same. With fractions, what's cool is you can keep the same value of whatever it is, but the look can change. So Diva is going to help us with that and kind of applying the identity property. So what Diva does is she says, well, do you want to make your fraction bigger or smaller? And in this case, we say, let's make it bigger. So we take our tutu outfit and we're going to multiply since we want to make our fraction bigger. We want to find a bigger equivalent fraction. And this becomes legal. We can create this equivalent fraction using Diva so long as whatever we do to the top, we also do that to the bottom. Okay, so we're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to do 3 times 2, which gets me 6. And then I'm going to do 5 times 2, which gets me 10. So what we've discovered is that 3/5 right here, our starting fraction, is equivalent to 6/10, right? We've doubled the numerator, we've doubled the denominator with the help of this awesome magician of Diva. Okay, you can do this in infinite ways, right? Diva, as long as she's wearing a matching outfit, as long as the numerator inside of Diva is matching the denominator, it can be any number, right? You could say, I want to make it, 67 times bigger. Oops. So you could have a Diva outfit of 67 over 67. You could have it of a million over a million. You could have it whatever you want it to be, so long as whatever happens to the top also happens to the bottom.